Wow, that is a beautiful sunset on my Dyson sphere. Hello guys, it's Thang here. I'm going to show you how to create a production line to create all your basic building needs. For those of you who are starting out, creating a production line like this is actually really great. It saves you time because it automates creating all your basic buildings. So all you have to do is just go to a storage bin that contains, let's say, Tesla towers, grab whatever you need, fly out and work on your other production line instead of having to create it on the fly. Okay, so before we get started, I did remove some of the lines so that way I can show you where things go. This is going to be a quick tutorial. You can always pause the video at any time to see where things are laid out just like this. Everything is very streamlined. There are spaces in the back here so that way if you need to expand more of the basic resources being produced, you can, instead of like everything crammed in one and then you gotta spaghetti everything back and forth. So this is really great. Number two is that I am using some mods to lay out things much quicker, like the copy and paste, sorry, advanced build and destruct mod right there, and then the insert copy for the inserter. So I do recommend you do use those. It is in the link to the description down below. We can always talk about those mods in another video. And also I'm using the interstellar logistics system to bring all the ores in, because usually when you start out you are close by to, you know, mineral veins, ore veins, and you just like mine them and then you just bring them into your production line. Okay, so besides that, I guess let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing that I like to do is I like to always have a power source storage bin right here where I can always grab power for my Icarus anytime I feel like it. So usually when you start out you have coal or energetic graphite right here. I have two smelters and it goes into this storage bin, and usually I cap it at eight slots, so that way there's four in my fuel chamber and four in my inventory, so that way I can fly around more than enough until you know, it's almost done, and then I scrap more of it and it'll be there replenished. So that's what I like to do first. So the first thing we're gonna do is make gears out of iron ingots. So let's grab some of the belts right here. We're gonna change that into iron. Okay, and we're just gonna do like this. So iron comes in this way, and we have smelters for the iron into iron ingot, and we are going to output it onto the other side right here. There you go. And then we have assemblers right next beside it for the gears. So all these are going to grab the iron that's being produced. Okay, and once that's produced, we're going to output it on the other side, and this one can actually go all the way down. So the next part is we're going to create an output line for the copper, which is next beside the gear line right here. Okay, right there. And there's a space in between the output line for the copper and the smelters. Always have a space right here, because this space right here is actually for this circuit board later on. We don't want to mess with that. Okay, so that we're gonna throw down 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of the copper smelters. You don't need more than probably 3 maybe. You'll see what I mean. Copper isn't really used much in this production line, so it's really up to you if you want to have more than 3, but this is where the mod comes in. See, instead of having to do 4 clicks every single time I want a smelter down, I just do 1 click, 2 click, 3, and then I just drag, and then it just does it for me. That's it. So all of them is currently smelting copper, and copper we're going to extend the line very far. Okay, once that's extended, we have a assembler right here for the magnetic coil, and we're gonna create an output line of it on the other side right here. And this line is actually very long. This is the longest line for our production line, so it can be extended very far down the line, very far. Let's see right there. Because that's where it can, you know, that's as far as it'll let me build for now. And then we're gonna have a line for the output of the magnets, which is right next beside the magnetic coil output line right here. And this line itself extends all the way until the very last of the magnetic coil right here, right there. It ends right there. So the last one grabs it there and inputs it into there. You don't want to go further because nothing else uses magnets in this production line. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these smelters for the magnets. And now we're gonna grab some of the iron. Where's the iron? Iron right here, 1, 2. And then we are just gonna extend this line all the way down there. Okay. Do. And as you can see, the iron's coming in. Yay, iron! Iron, remotely demand, please. Thank you. Iron's coming in and it's being smelted into magnets, and the magnet is being grabbed into the assemblies for the magnetic coils, and all of that is being outputted on this line itself. Okay, so once you have you've made your magnetic coil, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, you're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the circuit board right after the magnetic coils, and we're gonna output the circuit board on the other side where the copper is. You can see copper, and then circuit board output line is gonna be here, and we're gonna extend this all the way down as well, because this is also a very long line. And the copper line extends all the way down until you hit the very end of the circuit board, because the last thing that requires copper is going to be the solar panel right about here, and that is it. So copper ends right about here, nowhere else, right about there. Okay, those two are done. You see I have iron smelters on the other side right here, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. I know it looks slow, but once you upgrade it to Mark II conveyor belt, it goes much faster. We're gonna output the iron ingots right after where the magnet ends right here. So right here, we're gonna output it right there. And this line also extends very long too. It extends super long to the end as well. So no problem there. Okay, so you see how it is coming through. There we go. Iron's coming in. Circuit board requires iron and copper, and it's outputting. So you see the design coming through right now. There you go. Okay, so this next part, all these ones requires the basic needs of iron ingots, magnetic coils, circuit board, and lastly is gear that we made earlier. So we're gonna extend this line all the way down here. Okay, and just right after where the copper ends, we're gonna move it over, and then we're gonna extend it down so that way it'll flow with the rest of the other materials. There you go. Okay, so all these requires what is this? Iron ingot, magnetic coil, circuit board, and gear. So except for the solar panel, which requires high press silicon, which we'll get into afterwards. So I put solar panel here, Tesla tower, wind turbine, conveyor belt Mark 1, assembler, sorter Mark 1, miner, and then lastly is the splitter. After that, everything else needs something else. So we have the research lab is next, liquid storage tank Mark 1, thermal power station, and the smelters. And I actually have a repeat of the sorter Mark 1 because it goes straight into sorter Mark 2, which requires also the electric motor right here. So let's extend the line of our magnetic coils all the way down to the electric motors. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of it. We're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the electric motors. We're going to extend that down, and then I have this conveyor belt Mark 1 repeating again, so that way it goes straight into conveyor belt Mark 2. And then we have 1, 2, 3 of the electromagnet turbine, and we're gonna extend the line for the magnetic coils all the way down to this one, because this is the last thing that uses it. Okay, great. And then we're gonna extend the line for the iron ingots all the way down as well, all the way down until the conveyor belt Mark 1, because that's the last thing that uses it. We're also going to extend the circuit board all the way down until all the way down here until what was it? Oh, sorry, all the way down up until the sorter Mark 1 because that's the last thing that uses it. And the gear, we're also going to extend the gear all the way down until until the conveyor belt Mark 1. On the other side, right here, with the electric motors, we're going to create an output line further, right here, and we're going to extend this line all the way until the until the last of the electromagnet turbine right here, because that's the last thing that uses it. Okay, and we're going to have the output line for that on the other side, and we're going to extend this all the way down here. And we're actually going to create a storage bin for it, so that way whenever you get into planetary logistic and you just kind of grab them when you need them until you make another production line for those stuff. Okay, so that is that production line, which is quite a lot. Also, I suggest you go back to your storage bin and reduce all these to 1 stack each, or else they will keep making stuff. And some of these stacks are like 100 items per stack, which is quite a lot, and some of them you don't really need to use much of, but it's always nice to have, you know. So let's see, this one right here, just go back to 1. This goes back to probably 1 or 2 or 3, it's up to you. This goes actually 1 for the assembler because that makes 50. This goes back to probably 1 or 2 or 3 for the conveyor belt. This one I could probably put like 5 or 10. Tesla towers 2 only. The solar panels, just keep it open. Okay, so now all that is done, we're going to start making the rest of the materials that is required for the other stuff. So we have here is the silicon ore smelters. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is more than enough. These ones take about 10 seconds to make to produce silicon ore, so that way we'll have some silicon press right here for our solar panels. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's grab some of the rock stones, and we're just gonna extend this line all the way down here. Let's look at that. So it's going choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Choo-choo. There you go. So it's currently being smelted at the moment, and it's gonna output onto this line right here, which is grabbed by these smelters, these 2 smelters for high silicon press. Come on guys, there you go, 1, 2. And then it's gonna output on the other side, which we will snake right here, all the way here, all the way across, all the way here. And then I actually use a splitter right here, so that way, because I'm going to mention this right afterwards, but I'm using a splitter so that way I'm not using a sorter to move stuff around. So we're going to have silicon press goes in. Hold on, I think it's messed up right now. There you go. Let's just do this. Silicon press goes in, and then the solar panel will grab it. So it requires 6 silicon press. So we're gonna start making some solar panels. And you know, when you're doing stuff and you come back, oh my god, you'll have so many solar panels. So that takes care of the solar panel itself. This is the only thing that requires high silicon press. Okay, so once that is done, next we are going to make some glass. Glass is right here. It also requires stone. So let's grab a line of stone. Another stone line. Whoops. There we go. And then we're just going to extend it down to here. And glass and stone bricks. You can put 1 line for now. Usually once everything is done, you won't actually need all 6 of them all going out all at once. Okay, so anyways, glass is going to be outputted on this side right here, right? And then stone is going to be outputted on this line right here. So let's continue with the glass line. The glass line will come here. It stops because I was using a sorter. I'll show you later. The glass will be inputted by the prisms right here. All these will take up the prisms. So it may take some time before it completes its job. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 assemblers for the prisms, which will direct the output right into the electric exciter right here. So 1, 2 right there. The electric exciter requires a magnetic coil. So where do we get the magnetic coil? We get it from right here. So there is a space right here on purpose. So that way we can grab the magnetic coil from this side, and we're gonna use a, what is this called again? Conveyor belt. 1, 2, 3, and the sorter will come out from this way. Sorry. The sorter will come out from this way and go here, and then we're gonna use another sorter and conveyor belt, and it goes down this way. So here is where I actually use the splitter. I use the splitter right here. This is a mod that makes the splitter smaller, because regularly it would not fit right there. So I do recommend you using that mod. Hold on. What is going on? Right about there we go. Okay, so and then we're gonna filter this. This is going to be glass. So only glass will come out this way. As you can see, we're actually having to. Okay, there we go. Let's delete that for now. Let's grab all this magnetic coil. There you go. Okay. So only glass will come out of this way, and magnetic coils will come out this way, which will feed into here. So all the exciters will only go grab the magnetic coils. There you go. And we're gonna output the exciters to here and here. The line will be for here, which will take us into the chemical plant, the oil refinery, and oil extractor. So this line will require stone brick and then steel. Steel is the last ingredient right about here. So let's go back to the front here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 iron smelters. And it's up to you. You can have less than that, but I use that for, it's on purpose. We're gonna change that into iron. Okay, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And then we're gonna have it output on the other side. Okay, and this line will actually go all the way across. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna connect that and let it go. Right after the iron smelter, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 steel smelter. That's actually more than you need. You can have more if you want to. It's up to you, but I find that 4 is more than you need. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right after that, we have an assembler for the storage bin mark number 2, which requires steel and stone brick, and I've actually output it to here. 1 was more than fine, because I actually hardly use these big ones, hardly. Anyways, so you have steel coming on this line, and you have stone bricks coming on this line, and you have the exciters coming on this line for 1, 2, 3 of these items. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 of these items also requires computer chip. Where do we get computer chip? So we get computer chip the same way we got the magnetic coil from up here. So we're gonna take it from the other side. Right here, see there, circuit board. The circuit board right here, there's a little spot right here, we can take it, right? A spot right here. So this is where I put the, the sorters right here, but I had to delete it. So 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so we always make sure we want to filter first. So this one, we want to filter glass first, because glass goes that way, right? No, high silicone press. Sorry, that was high silicone press. High silicone press goes that way. And then you have, goes down this way. And then we're gonna filter this one first. Okay. Always filter first before you connect the other line. Glass goes in. And then this one goes here. And that's, there you go. What's going on? There you go. Sorry about that. It wasn't connected. And then we'll move the circuit board down this way. Sorry, it doesn't need all the way there. Sorry. And you see the circuit board just smoothly goes in here for the chemical plant, oil refinery, and oil extractor, which I forgot to input them in. So there you go. So those are the lines for that. This might be a little bit slow because it's just how it is. I mean, it's not meant to be fast. So you just go and do your stuff and come back, and you'll have tons of stuff. So the end of the line here is for the foundation, which requires steel and stone bricks, which we have right here. Yeah, so like I said, you can have more steel being produced if you want to. Just extend this line just a little bit more and you'll have like steel right here or steel right here. It's up to you. But once this is completed, which is like at 20, it'll no longer use the steel and you'll have tons of steel flowing this way. Okay, so I think I finished for all of these things. Now the last part is going to be for the other stuff down there. Okay, so this line is the extra iron, which we do need, and then stone bricks right here, and then glass right here. Okay, so glass is coming down this way. You see how much glass we have? We have more than we need for glass. Like, I know. See, more than we need for glass. So glass, we're doing the same trick. We're just using the sorter to have a little line right here, conveyor belt right here, so that way the liquid storage tank and the research lab will share together. Probably you want the sorter for here to have priority with the research lab, so you want the research lab first and then liquid storage tank, because you don't really use liquid storage tank that much. I know I don't. There you go. So you see, the research lab is being made. So whenever you feel like coming back, you can just grab a research lab. Ta-da! And then all these are being made. Okay, so the stone brick comes all the way down that way, and it comes up this way, and it swings over because the liquid storage tank, the storage bin right here, the thermal station, and also the smelter requires the stone brick. That is the last one that has it. So the extra iron ingot line that we have right here is on purpose, because usually when all these are being worked at, do you see how all the iron is being taken right now? Because we have 1, 2, 3 that's not currently being used because it's in low material. Once you upgrade all the lines to Mark 2, Mark 3, everything gets their material. Okay. So we're gonna fly down here on purpose. We're going to connect this into here, so that way it will flow the iron ingot to the rest of the assembly line, so that you have iron ingot for your electric motors. There you go. Okay, so that is pretty much how you create a production line. I think I'm missing something. Yes, I am missing something. Okay, so we have a little disconnect right here, because this right here, we actually want to output it into a box into our storage bin until we have Mark 3 sorter, which I do have Mark 3 sorter. So we're gonna output it into this line. We're gonna create this line right here all the way down, right, all the way down, and we're just gonna connect it to here. There you go. So once it outputs, it's just gonna output it right there. It's pretty slow. Yeah, it's pretty slow, don't worry. And it's just gonna go out here and it's just gonna grab it, and you're just gonna get sorter Mark 3. I put a storage bin right here because you can always put Mark 2 right here and it'll just grab, and I'll put these, the Mark 3 out here as well. Lastly is going to be the blue research cubes. So the blue research cube, you can grab it from this line because you see how much circuit board and magnetic coils there is. There's just so much because we made more than enough. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna make, let me remove this for now. We're gonna throw down some research labs right here, and about over here as well. So these ones are gonna be the blue one. I believe when you first start out, you can only make 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Right. So it requires circuit board, which we do have right about here. So right here. And right here, oops, sorry, right here. And it also requires magnetic coil. So we're gonna use that same trick, and we are just gonna move it over here. So all the magnetic coils are coming over, and then we're also gonna grab it over to here, right? And then we're just gonna input it in here, and then input it on here. Oh, there we go. And just output these here. You see that? It's making the cubes. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. I think I covered everything. Yeah, so everything is working nicely. There you go. So that is the production line that makes pretty much everything for you. It's already, all these is already being made. See? All this is already being made, all that is done. So I think maximum is like 20 per stack for the chemical plant, and all these will be done really, really quickly. So you don't have to make things super quick, and it just works out really well. So even this storage is already done. See, you don't have to grab that much. It's already done, and there's tons of steel going on, and it's already starting to make the foundation for you. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy that video. If you like it, press like, and definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Nope, I'm not. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye.